This is a serious alert. It may sound a little bit funny, but it's a serious alert. If you're easily offended, you may not want to listen to the following story. It includes the F word. Let's put it that way. And you're not going to get the joke right now, but it's pretty funny. It includes some foul language. There's no other way to tell this story. There's not much foul language in this, but if you are offended, maybe you shouldn't listen to it. It's a pretty good story, though. All right, Bill Jones, I Love Oldies. I want to tell you the story about the KRAM chicken, me as a chicken. Well, I got into radio a little bit later, the latter 70s, and I worked in Colorado for a while, but then I went to Las Vegas where I became a chicken myself. And here's my chicken story. So I got hired as a news person at KRAM radio in Las Vegas in 1979. And I was the youngest person on the staff, and the former chicken had just quit or was fired, whatever. So I involuntarily became the KRAM chicken. I was reluctant to do it at first, but it turned out to be a lot of fun, a lot of amusing, a lot of funny stories about being the KRAM chicken. For example, I once went to a remote. Went to a lot of remotes. That was my job. The DJ would be there saying, well, one remote in particular was a bookstore. And the DJ would be talking about, come on down to the bookstore. You know how a remote goes. They have all sorts of books, everything you'd ever want to have. They have all your books that you'd ever need. What do you think about that chicken? And so I had no experience as a chicken, and I wasn't a very good one. I wasn't allowed to speak. All I could do was make chicken sounds, so I would say stuff like, buck, 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 buck. Okay. Well, after a couple of these remotes, my GM took me into his office and said, Bill, I know what you're doing. And he played the tape. They had a cassette tape of the remote. And there was the DJ saying, well, what do you think about that chicken? And I said, buck, 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 buck. And my GM, general manager, said, you're not saying buck, 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 buck. You're saying fuck, 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 fuck. Well, you couldn't really tell much because I had this big chicken head on, and the sound was, of course, muffled. And I wasn't saying the F word. I was saying buck, 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 and I wasn't very good at it. But he gave me the idea. So I went to dozens of remotes after that, and every time the DJ came up to me and said, well, chicken, what do you think about that? I would say, I became a much better chicken. I would say, I was enthused. I was excited about being a chicken now, and I'd say, fuck, 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 fuck. So I maintain that if there were ever a record in the Guinness Book of World Records for saying fuck on the air, I, Bill Jones, claim that title. Of course, the Guinness Book of World Records doesn't have that category, but if they did, I hold the record. I really honestly think I do. So, sorry about the pun, but that's my story, and I'm chicken to it.